Hello everyone, welcome to Realexcel Epilepsy Portal Sunday Hangout. Um, this is something I'm starting out right now. I'm going to be doing a hangout on Sundays for everyone to spend time together, to have some fun, to have a few laughs. And if you guys want to, whatever you want to discuss and what you would like to have, shown throughout the week, what kinds of videos that you're interested in. And I wanted to give you a first nice thing to see, something to laugh. Okay, so where is this? Okay, here it is. This is my doggy, Zena. Alright. Oops. Oh, that should have... Doggy Zena, where is she? There you go. Okay, so this is my beautiful Zena. And you already know Virginia. Do you see the resemblance? Yeah? Okay, guys. So, here's another one for you. So I just wanted to, come and have a few laughs, to spend some time together, guys. And it's all about you. So the Sunday Hangouts are about you, about interaction, and about having some fun together. All right? Here is Virginia. I want you to see this one because this is super, super duper cool. She likes to one with nature. So one with her.
That's it?
And then nature.
I thought you were gonna move it. Oh my gosh, mam piasek wszędzie. That's all it needs. It's a volcano, see?
I really like that. Okay, this is me. Wait, where is it? Oh, I gotta take these guys out first. Alright. So Virginia and Zena are going bye-bye. This is me in Cuba. We were leaving. This was 2 weeks in Cuba vacation. It was super awesome. And guys, as soon as you come in, come and say hello. If you have any questions, post them right here. Oh, hi Sophie, great to see you. I'm just posting some funny pictures. I'm gonna do a funny video with all the photographs, many photographs that I have of Virginia. Oh, Zena, I gotta get it. Okay, so I want to show, to just have a few laughs and to show some funny pictures. I think a video like that, I know that you said that you are interested in seeing something like that. So I will do a video, probably take 2 or 3 weeks, because that is a very actually time-consuming preparation video. So yeah, it'll take a few weeks. So nice to see you, Sophie. Sundays are from now on are gonna be about community hangouts, and it will be about us interacting and having a few laughs. More than anything, sharing things that are going all over the world, if you guys want to share that, more than anything, because it's probably a good idea to work on what's gonna work for you. Okay, so we'll have a few laughs. We'll share some few things on how we feel, on how are things going in our area, in your area, and that's all about Sunday hangouts. All right, so I haven't seen any other. Okay, so that's it for the pictures. But what I will do, I mean, periodically I will show other pictures and make sure that you guys have a few laughs and a few funny pics every time. So we can laugh together. All right. So Sophie, is there any way? Because I was gonna ask you on our last live stream, you were there very shortly, just to know how how you were doing, how are things in your area, if if you're okay to share. How are things going over there, and how is your family going and doing? So share that with us. Okay, so my first question to you, this also a good opportunity to do a Q&A, would be what sort of topics that you would like to discuss on Sundays, because the Sundays are all about you. Now, more than likely, it will be me hosting it all the time. Like Virginia right now, she went out, so she actually started. Well, she's working right now, so yeah, I'm actually proud of her. Not very happy because she has started having seizures again, and yeah, probably like extra stress and stuff. And so I really don't like her going, but I don't have much, pretty much not much to say. I'll say my part, and then it's her choice because she's an adult, so she's gotta do and choose on her own what she wants to do. So I don't see anything else on chat. Sophie, are you still there? Because I don't see. Let me see if I can actually see this on my computer. It's a little bit slow. So yeah. Okay. Alright, so this is a little bit unexpected. What I've been doing is I've been posting some of the notifications which I did yesterday. I put it in our community tab, which I wanted you to, for those of you who are familiar with community tab. So on the main channel, you're gonna see the community tab, and that's where you can come and see what's upcoming, what's going on. And I know that YouTube is starting to come out with new ways of interaction, so hopefully that's gonna work out a lot better, and that we'll be able to interact better. Now, also what I want to do is I want to bring in some of you as visitors to the channel, so we can talk about issues, more than anything, some of you to start with, people who I actually already know for a while. So if you've been on the channel and you're interested in, just coming and talking about your situation, about whatever it is that you want to chat, I would like to start, hosting some of you, conversations with you, interactions on our channel. Okay, you will have to sign a media release form, okay, which can be shared through email, and after you sign that form, then we can set up, and you'll be a star on our channel. Okay, I would love that. I would love to have you guys here. All right, so Sophie, Yes, I am working on answering your QS. Okay. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were still there. So, I am well. There are about 50 plus cases of COVID-19 in my town and 3,200 plus cases in my county. I have been attending college remotely and volunteering at the SPCA in my county. So yeah, I am very happy that you keep on volunteering, that you're keeping on, staying busy and keeping your schedule. It is very important. Now, I understand from my personal experience many times over that when a person does not have a regular job or regular, school schedule, or whatever schedule that they make for themselves, which is, if you're in that situation, that you should be doing a schedule for you, creating your own schedule for yourself, right? To in the pandemic, if let's say you're not going to school for whatever reason, or you're not going to work, if it's a different thing and you want to make things better in your life, make a schedule for yourself, all right, and stick to it. If things that don't work in this certain way, then you change your schedule, okay? Adjust it to what works for you, what makes you happy, what makes you feel fulfilled, what brings you, activities throughout the day. So you're not, so you're let's say you're moving around, and that you are being active. Okay, more than anything, that's very, very important. Okay, so Sophie says, I signed the media release form when. Yes, so Sophie, I need that media release. I will resend it to you because it needs to be filled. Every single part has to be filled, and so we'll just talk about it. We'll talk about it in the email, okay? And this evening I can send you an email, and I would like to set up things throughout the week. So on let's say on the next Sunday, I would have you here together with me, and we can talk and chat, and you'd be the star, all right? Stimulation of any kind is good for me and helps my other disabilities that are caused by the epilepsy. Yes, so it is important for everyone. Okay, we need to be stimulated. We need to be active, because I remember when my first time when I was not active, or first few times, I really was lashing out. Like I was really, really like depressed. I was sleeping till like afternoon, and then watching TV for the rest of the day. And it wasn't. I didn't get any better until I started actually studying an exercise program. So at that time I was living in Saskatchewan, in Saskatoon to be exact, and so I started going to the gym, and that worked out for me really, really good. Now for people with seizures, I do not recommend gym depending on what type of seizures you have. But you can work out at home with supervision, which I would strongly recommend, that if you are working out, that you have supervision, that someone is there with you, okay? And always safety first. So yeah, so stimulation of any kind, yes. So for me, for example, for me to be happy, and for me to be or feel fulfilled throughout the day, and it actually brings out a lot of that good feeling. So one of the things that I have started 2 weeks, where I'm trying to, okay, there it is. That's still on the other side. Okay, I still haven't figured out how to turn the camera around, so I can actually, when I'm doing it to the other way, I know which way to point. because right now it's in the mirror, so it's very confusing for me. GEM, so GEM, it's a global exercise movement that I have started a couple of weeks ago. Okay, what it is an exercise. So what I do is I dancercise. So I dance to the music every day. Well, I've tried to be there every day. There were days where my body said no, and at the beginning that may happen once in a while. But I will do as much as I can to be there every day for you guys for 1 hour to do the exercise, okay? And at this point, I'm doing it on Twitch, so I'm hoping that you could come on Twitch. It's something like it's something similar to YouTube. It's different, but it's something similar, and then you can do the exercise together with me, okay? I think it's super cool. I will also find a way of putting these videos on YouTube, so on my transformation channel and on my vlog channel, to just share them there, so you can come and exercise with me, you know, or scroll through the sessions that you want to do that are you know, that work out for you, right? Oh, Sophie's been busy. Okay. Okay, so Sophie says, I have been sharing facts and states and seizure types this week, and I will be sharing epilepsy stories to show how diverse we are. Yes, so that would be wonderful, okay? Now, people love stories. I love stories, and you know, I love to hear from you, because we all learn from each other, okay? And this is one of the reasons, or this is one of the reasons why, or I would say main reason why we have this epilepsy channel, is to learn from each other. Not just, you know, you guys learn from us, but we also learn from you, and that's the whole point of it, okay? To learn, to see how one day we can come up with a cure for epilepsy, and this is something that I would strongly want to find out, and that's my very, very strong point and drive, you know, to find out, I mean, eventually to find out a cure, and to, you know, to help facilitate that as well in any way that we can. Okay, so oh, my one of my vlogs, okay. Which one is it? Is it the epilepsy vlog, or is it one of our vlog channel vlogs, the Realexcel vlogs? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so Sophie, we're gonna set this up because we will do a practice stream. Okay, we should do a couple of practice streams before Sunday. So by Sunday, we're gonna have something. We're gonna know that it's something that's working. This will be the first time that I'm actually gonna be doing this with two people on camera, and well, on one window. So I'd like to have enough knowledge and make sure that I'm doing it right, and that we get everything flowing properly, okay? So we can get a nice you know, Sunday hangout with both of us in there. Okay, so so I have stories that cover JME, focal epilepsy, and few childhood epilepsies. Yes, that would be wonderful. Absolutely. And just to name a few. Okay, well, I mean, you are actually the one that, you know, has been the person that's been most active. I would like to have until somebody else comes in, we can have a lot of these conversations, and you can come up. You can come up on every Sunday if you like, and we'll chat, and you'll share your stories. We'll share our stories. We'll have a few laughs, and it's all about sharing our experiences so other people can learn from us and benefit from learning from us, because that's the whole point. Okay, the benefiting and helping each other to make our lives easier and better. So then I will videotape my story with medical records and EEG that I will use. Okay, the EEG. Okay, so when it comes to remember that YouTube has its own rules when it comes to sharing anything that's not created by you. Okay, so if this was something we'll discuss that anyways, if you're sharing any documents, because anything that's not created by you, it's actually, you have to have permission to share that data. Okay, so we'll talk about it in the email, and we'll be able to, come up with something that works for the channel. All right. I can also email what I have already shared. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's good. You can email that to me, and then we'll pace each other. We can let's say find the few topics, because obviously this is a lot of topics, so that will be good for the next few Sundays. All right. And then later on, if you have any friends that also want to come on and share their information, we can do that. So for now, we'll start with two splits screen with two people, so you and me, and then we'll talk about you and your experiences. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people who will want to hear from you on your experiences with absent seizures. Okay. Okay. So let me just see this. Okay. So I wanted to ask if any of you guys have gone to Twitch to see the exercise videos. Like, I know that if you haven't, or if you just don't want to because it's a different platform, let me know. It is easy. I don't think you have to sign up at all. Now, if you want to hear the music that I'm playing, then yeah, you would have to have Amazon Prime, because the music comes from Amazon Prime and it's live streamed. So I wanted to talk about this because since I have started moving around, okay, I have actually been able to have this, energy that I have been looking to have to be able to do the streams with you guys. Okay, so this has helped me to increase the energy, to actually feel better, to feel stronger about what I'm doing. And obviously, in the present situation of the pandemic, things are not as good as they used to. I am still thankful, and I hope that you guys are still thankful for the things that you have that are still around. Okay, like water, drinking water. We're still able to have our showers. We still have the heating. We have electricity. I am super thankful for that, for everybody who works, to provide that, and for people who work with, in hospitals and stuff. So since we just had the Thanksgiving, I wanted to give those thanks to everyone who is still active, who is still working, whether they're working, for income, or whether they're volunteering. There's a lot of people who are volunteering right now. and that is a very valuable work. And yeah, I want you guys to know that it is super appreciated, and it helps out other people to get things going and get things flowing, which is super important in the pandemic. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Sophie says, no, I have emailed the info and text message and facts and stats and stories, and send it to people I know and family. Okay, there's nothing on my personal YouTube channel, and I do not plan on doing vlogs. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not what I meant. Okay, what I meant is I can bring someone onto the live stream. Okay, so we can connect through, let's say, Skype or some other media way that will help me to show you live as well, okay, at the same time. So it would be a split I'm still getting confused here. It would be a split screen, so you would be in half of it, and I'd be in the other half. Okay. And then we'll be able to interact with each other, so people can hear you and me, and they can see you and me. Okay, so if that's something that you're interested in, then let me know. Otherwise, I can just share your pre-recorded videos and the information that you are willing to share and you would like to share. All right? Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's what I meant. So I have seen people do that, like especially right now in the media and on the news. They put split screens. Sometimes they have 4 people. I don't know if the program I have, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do 2, and so it will be nice, to have that going, and so people can get to hear things directly from you, and they can see you at the same time. Yep. Okay, so now what are let's say for the Sunday Hangouts, what are the topics that you guys would like to discuss? Because we can talk about epilepsy throughout the week. I kind of wanted to do Sunday Hangouts for something or for anything that you guys want to talk about, so including if you just you feel like you want to talk about your seizures, then yes, that's what we're going to talk about, because the Sundays are about you. Okay, the Sundays are about interacting with you, so we want to hear your stories. We want to show you some funny pictures, so I will show funny pictures whenever I can, and so you guys can have a few laughs, and more than anything, to spend time together to get through this life and this pandemic in a little bit more relaxed way. Okay, so Sophie, thanks, thanks for sharing. And oh, that's Lori. Hi, Lori. How are you? How are you doing today? Yeah. So you saw the pictures. Was it funny? Especially, I took a snapshot on when my dog Zena. Oops. Yeah, I still get confused. Okay, it's this way. My dog Zena. She's incredible. So when she was yawning, I took a snapshot of the video when she was yawning. So that's why it looks so funny. And then Virginia actually loves to make faces when I take pictures. When she knows I'm gonna take a picture, oh my God, she always makes the face. And I have hundreds of pictures of her with her tongue out, so I'm not sure if I can show these. Maybe a few, so it's not too saturated with just her pictures of her sticking her tongue out. But yeah, she always makes faces, and You know, I try to get some good pictures and tell her, okay, you know, like, really, you know, I need at least one good picture. So she'll like, and then sticks it tongue out again. um, oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so Laurie says, thanks, and you love, I love your dog. Yeah, so we have two, and yeah, the other one is Debbie. We call them Sir Debbie, and she's such a like a cool dog. He's super super calm, and Zena is the opposite. She's like the super hyper crazy, and Debbie is like super calm. So they complement each other. Uh, so is your dog a service dog or is she a pet? So yeah, Laurie, our dogs are both pets. We have been super fortunate to have two of them. Okay, so both of them perform a service dog service when Virginia is having a seizure. Okay, now they perform different services. So when a service dog, the service dogs are supposed to, the first thing they're supposed to do is alarm and to let somebody else know that the person is having a seizure. So that's Zena right here. Wait, the other way. That's Zena right here. Okay, she's the loud one. She will bark even if I'm sleeping in super like deep sleep. She will wake me up, and it's just she will wake me up, and it has happened many times when I was sleeping. And yeah, Virginia had seizures too. She had some nocturnal seizures, so Zena will alarm me. So that's her function. Okay, she will keep on barking though, and it's, you know, it becomes a little bit annoying, and like it you know, produces a little bit extra stress, or I would say a lot extra stress. But you know, I'm learning to deal with that. And so Debbie performs. Debbie is Virginia's dog, Zena's mine. Debbie performs a different function of a service dog. So when they train the service dogs, they train them to perform certain functions throughout the seizure, so the person is, you know, properly attended. What Debbie does is he licks her saliva off. Okay, and he also puts himself on top of her sometimes to make sure that she doesn't get up. So this is another thing of a service dog, to make sure that the person is safe, that they're not gonna get up and, you know, fall down again. All right. So we have been lucky that these dogs, I mean, they automatically have this amazing feature, you know, built in to their personality. Like, oh, I just feel like I'm gonna cry right now. But yeah, so you know, it's been a blessing. Okay, so Sophie says, I tend to get and use info from the Epilepsy Foundation US, Epilepsy Action UK, Epilepsy Society UK, and Epilepsy Toronto. Excuse me. Yeah, so Sophie, like, let's say that you want to share that information on this platform. Okay, so let's say on YouTube, because each platform has its own rules, what type of information you can share. Like, for example, I would not be able to you know, just take somebody's page and kind of show their page here and talk about it and like for an hour and whatnot. So because you know, that's a content, no, and for that reason, like, I can say, yeah, like you just said, who you have the information from, which is perfectly okay, because it is only a reference. When you're saying it, You could say, oh, let's say Epilepsy Toronto or Epilepsy UK has this information, and they're saying it like that. And wait a second, so this other epilepsy site says something else. So which is it? Because sometimes information could be a little bit different. Some of it is newer, some of it is older. So you always have to pay attention to how old the article is to also know what it is. So yeah. Lori says, a seizure detection dog. Yes, Zena is a seizure detection dog, and Devi is a seizure attendance dog. And so they're like two dogs in one, which is when they train the seizure dogs, they train them to perform both of those features. So one is to alert, the other one is to attend and to make sure that the person is safe, that they stay safe. Okay, and to remove the saliva, to make sure that some of them are even trained to do CPR. I mean, that's that kind of dog would be super expensive. Now, when it comes to seizure dogs, Virginia wanted to look into it. She already had Devi, with seizure dog is not a pet. So I want you guys to know that when you choose, if you want a seizure dog, that dog is not allowed to be a pet. Okay, and it's those are you're not supposed to do certain things. You're not supposed to show them like too much affection and stuff like that. So when we found that out, like Virginia, she completely said, what, I don't want that, because I won't be able to just detach my feelings from from not showing affection to my dog. Like the service dog is that type of service dog is not allowed to be pet by other people. They're not. So like they're like just there as workers all the time. Like it's super sad. But so then later on I got Zena because my other daughter had puppies, and I just saw Zena and I said, oh my God, I want her. And so I actually chose both of the dogs. So I picked Devi out of, I think there was a litter of like 10 dogs. He was the fluffiest one, and we got him. And then Zena, I picked her. She was the bugger of the litters. She was bugging all of the other puppies to go and play with her. You see the tongue sticking out. Now she's a bugger. She likes the attention. She likes to be social, and it's just amazing. So yeah, like things like that. You have pets. I know, Sophie, you have cats, and Lori, do you have? I think you have cats. Do you have cats? Okay, so I am. Lori says I am a fan of EFA and AES. Okay, can you elaborate, because I'm not sure what those briefings are for. And Sophie says with good info and facts. The organization are the organizations are reliable. Those are, because I have actually gone on their sites to get information, to get specific information. Let's say if I'm gonna be talking about specific seizures, I always still go to the websites to make sure that we share our experiences, and we share the data that we learn from those epilepsy organizations. So yes, Epilepsy Toronto, you guys you have the American Epilepsy. Okay, let me just see. So Sophie was saying the Epilepsy Foundation US, yes, and Epilepsy Action UK. So very good, and society. So yeah, I have been getting actually a lot of, when I go to their websites, you have a really good information. So if you guys want to learn about seizures, about different things, then you are welcome to, you go to those sites and, type in whatever, you're looking, whatever answers you're looking for. There's also a website which I may post this website. Uh, there's a lady called Phyllis Frainer. Okay, she's been an epilepsy advocate for many years, and she has her own website, and she also shares a lot of info on seizures. Okay, super like you're looking for pretty much anything. Over the years she has accumulated a lot of information, and you can also, if you don't find it, I may be able to post it or talk about it again next time, and then just kind of give you a link to her website on the community tab. Okay, in the community tab, I can share that with you. All right, so yeah. Okay, so ILAE. So I'm not sure what those Laurie, I don't know what these briefings are for. If you can just elaborate, I am not familiar with that, so please. Okay, so Sophie says, yes, and all of the American organizations mentioned still say that there are 150,000, when I have found on the American Epilepsy Society states that there are now through to be 200,000 cases. So okay, yeah, the information. Always remember that the data that they collect, they also have different sources of data collected. So and different timing. So let's say somebody collected data last year, or somebody collected data 10 years ago. So that's what I was saying, that when you're looking at data, you need to know when the data came out, when it was shared. If it was shared in 2010, it will be very different from 2020. Okay, so that's what I mean by the timing. So it is important when the data was issued and what were the sources. Sometimes they don't tell you the sources, but something similar, just to have an idea of obviously it's not super accurate, because there are many people who have seizures who are not a part of the data. There are people who have no clue that they have seizures, and all over the world. And I'm pretty sure that this number that we know, that how many people actually have seizures in the world, that is completely inaccurate. All right, because a lot more people are actually having seizures, and they're not a part of the data, because they're not, let's say they didn't go to a doctor, or because they have no clue that they're having seizures. Okay, so yeah, so Laurie says AES, oops, means American. Oh my god, okay, yeah, I didn't get that, so yeah, sorry. AES is American Epilepsy Society. ILAE means International League Against Epilepsy. Yes, I've seen those guys as well online. And EFA means Epilepsy Foundation of America, which was formerly known as the Epilepsy Foundation, TEF. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. So, Laurie says AES means American Epilepsy Society. Yes, okay. Alright, so it was held for review because it had some information. So Lori says also there are organizations that deal with epilepsy research and advocacy. Yes. EFA means Epilepsy Foundation of America. Okay. Yeah, it didn't show Lori because it was called by YouTube for review. So I just give it an okay to share that with the audience. Okay, and uh, so Laurie says petit mal, absence, seizures can be mistaken for daydreaming. Yes, and especially so a lot of children, okay, a lot of children are not diagnosed with absence seizures because the parents just, oh, they're just spaced out, oh, that's just kids or whatever. And yeah, so that's what it happens, that people sometimes live for many years not knowing that they have seizures at all. There was this one lady that made a comment on we had a seizure video where it was showing Virginia's seizure where her eyes were fluttering, and this one lady says, oh, I didn't know it was, I didn't know what it was, and I had no clue. And I told her to make sure that she goes to a doctor, that she gets a professional opinion. And I said, well, very likely she has seizures, and just to go and make sure to check it out and to see if she can get help, because that's the most important part. Now, I also wanted to go back on all these epilepsy websites where you guys go and get information from. It is great to always educate yourself. So I always strongly advise that people do educate themselves, that they do go on websites, and that they do know that the websites that they go on that are a reliable source when you're learning something. If you just read one thing on one website, don't take it at face value right away. Go check out two, three different websites. If it comes to something as serious as epilepsy, if you go to, let's say, some university studies and stuff like that, those are super, super good and reliable sites as well, and they will provide information that is specific to whatever the study was. And the information that these organizations get is from those studies. So they just put it in different words and share it with the public, which is an excellent thing to do. And okay, so for any of you who don't have support, okay, who don't have support for your epilepsy, so I know Lori and Sophie, you've been around for a bit, but you guys, for those of you who don't have, let's say, local support, because for now it's a pandemic, so it's a super difficult times, and Epilepsy Toronto doesn't do group meetings anymore, so people can't meet in a group and talk to each other like Virginia used to go. She had monthly like group things that she was really, really looking forward to, and she was like always making sure she was like ready like a week or two beforehand, and then sometimes she made plans already for the next one as soon as maybe even before the first one was over, because she would interact with people her age more than anything, and that she would go and have fun. After the group, they would go to have tea, whatever. They would go to a donut shop, spend time together, and have a few laughs and interact. So, which is a great thing. So right now, I'm pretty sure that other epilepsy organizations have virtual meetings, which is Epilepsy Toronto for you who are in Toronto, guys. have virtual meetings for those groups. So look for something like that, pretty much on any of those epilepsy websites. Like, even if you're doing a virtual meeting, you don't really have to be, let's say, in Toronto, maybe to do a Toronto group meeting. Okay, you may be able to sign up for a group in a different city, or even in a different country. So look out for that. A very important part of it is to keep your emotional health, okay, and to keep the stress at bay. So like I said, again, exercising is super great way of doing this, and more than anything, interaction with others. So that's why I'm bringing those Sunday hangouts, okay, and you guys invite your friends to these hangouts. So I'm going to be holding them early enough through on Sundays. I'm going to try to do, I think, 1 o'clock. We'll work on it, because obviously different timing everywhere, but I think 1 p.m. is a very good time to do these. And then even people across the globe on the other side of the hemisphere, they can also join us, because at 1 o'clock over there is 7 o'clock, which is like in Europe is 6 hours difference. So we have, everybody can come on this, and we can share our information, and we can have a few laughs at the same time, right? Okay, so okay, let me see. Okay, so Sophie says very true about the petit mal, so which are absent seizures. So absent seizures. So yeah, I have actually noticed, and I actually have had people approach me with the question, I'm not sure if my child is just daydreaming. I said, you have to go and do the test, because if you're not sure if it's too much or if it's too often, like you don't want this to just, you don't want to let it go, because this is your child. Even if it's your family member, if it's an adult, they're not aware of what's happening, or they kind of lose their consciousness for a bit, and then they're there, but it looks like they're just daydreaming. Then yeah, everybody who thinks and suspects that they may have seizures, they should go to a doctor and have it checked out. Okay, and have it checked. Sorry. Okay, so the teachers, Lori says, the teachers don't know that the students who look like they are daydreaming until they have a generalized tonic-clonic seizure, grand mal seizure. Yes, so yes, a lot of people who have absent seizures, they also have tonic-clonic seizures, and the common knowledge, okay, in the world of seizures, and I just wanted to share this as my personal information, that when I grew up, my idea of seizures was the person, well, it's kind of on the ground, so that was my perception what seizures were, that the person is foaming up and they're shaking, okay, which is the grand mal seizure. Usually people who don't know much about seizures, that's all they think, okay, the person is just laying down on the ground, they're shaking, and they have the foam coming out of their mouth, and they don't know anything else. All right. So when my daughter started having her seizure first time, it was a different experience. So we had no clue that was a seizure. All right. And I didn't see her have her first seizure, so we didn't know about it. And that's why it is very important to educate and to make sure that you share the information. Guys, share the videos, share the channel with on your social media, first of all to help us grow, and second of all to share these information and the knowledge of what the seizures are, because sometimes a person can only know or they see something. Oh, this looks like my uncle. He does that. It happens to him, and we didn't know he had seizures. So that's how people discover sometimes that they are having seizures. So next thing is that's when people know that someone has epilepsy. Okay. Yes. So Sophie says, before sharing any info, I make sure that three sources all say the same thing. Then I will go ahead and share. Yes. So people first language. So Laurie says people first language. Don't say epileptic. Say person who has epilepsy or person with epilepsy. Yes, I'm not sure if I said that. If I did, I know it's a thing. So it's something that is being looked at as like, I'm not sure. I don't think it's a bad word, but it's been considered by some people not a proper word. So yes, the thing is now to use expressions to say that it's a person who has epilepsy or person with epilepsy, okay, as opposed to saying the other word, okay. Sophie says, right before the pandemic, I was scheduled to meet with a new epileptologist I had seen in January. I had MRI and EEG and nerve was able to follow up on the results. So the epidemiologist said that I should have a 72-hour EEG. So yeah, sometimes, okay, let's say if someone goes for the EEG and they're not sure, the things are not clear, or many times they need more information. So yeah, they will ask for a longer EEG or longer test. Like when Virginia went for at the EMU, which is epilepsy monitoring unit. This was actually a first video that I have posted on our YouTube channel, which was when Virginia went the first time for her epilepsy to the epilepsy monitoring unit to have, she was connected. I think she was there for like really, really long time. It was like 3 weeks and some. So she was like really tired at the end, but yeah, she was, we got some answers, and none that made pretty much any difference in her epilepsy status or anything that we could do, because she was not a candidate for surgery. So and that was the main reason the doctor actually sent her for, which I was not. I personally, as a mother, I was not considering for her to have a surgery, because I believe that having a brain surgery, that's only my personal belief, okay, should only be performed on a person who absolutely needs it, and there is no other like alternative. I mean, that's the last resort of anything, okay. So that's just, I wanted to get that information out for you guys, to share that with you. Okay, so Laurie says, if I were writing a college paper, I would include a page containing a statement called a primer on people first language, to let the professor know that they are just that people. Laurie says, watch the Meryl Streep movie, First Do No Harm. This movie is about the ketogenic diet. You know what? Yes, I have not seen this movie. I will definitely watch that movie. Where did you watch this movie? Is it available on Prime, on Amazon Prime? Because actually after this, I don't know what time it is. What time is it? Okay, it's 2. So at 3 o'clock, I'm gonna be on Twitch streaming uh, a movie. So we're gonna pick a movie. I kind of picked a comedy, and I wanted to watch Mr. Bean on vacation. If you guys are welcome to come on Twitch and watch it with me. Okay, so hopefully you can. It's a super simple thing to do. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, you do have to have Amazon Prime. If you don't, you can get a whole month for free from Amazon, okay? And if you decide you don't want to continue with the program, then you just let them know and they won't charge you, okay? Guys, you are welcome to come and watch the movie together with me, and I'm gonna find out if this first do no harm. Now that's something I'm not sure I can share on Twitch. They also have restrictions where it comes to what you can share on, because it's their platform. So they have restrictions what you can share on their platform, as YouTube has what you can share on YouTube. But I will watch, and we can actually discuss a few things. Talking about it is perfectly okay, so we can discuss a few pointers from that movie. I will be very interested. We were gonna go with the ketogenic diet at one point for Virginia. That was before she became vegan. Now there are also vegan ketogenic diets. We have no financial means of doing something like that. I believe that if we did, that Virginia could perfectly go on it. It would. She loves the fatty foods. The fatty foods are the food for the brain. Just letting you know, guys. The fatty foods are the food for the brain. Your brain needs fat. Okay, every single day it needs fat. It needs sugar. I'm not talking about the white sugar or table sugar. Okay, I'm talking about natural sugar from apples and peppers and carrots and stuff like that. Okay, pears, pineapples, papaya. You know, those are super yummy things for those of you who love raw fruits and vegetables. But yeah, okay. So generally, let me see. I didn't. Okay, so Sophie says, okay, so yeah, I shared the first Do No Harm. I really want to watch that. Okay, so next thing is, generally speaking, Sophie says, unless someone is having a focal aware seizure, which is also possible. Virginia had, usually she had the ones that she was not aware. She had a few that she was aware of things that were happening around her, in which the person is aware during a seizure. Most of the time during a seizure, the person is or in an altered state of awareness. Yes, so, and also a lot of people have deja vus, okay? A lot of people have, sometimes people see things that, other people don't. So that's also a thing, okay? That's also, they can see things or they can feel things, alright? I am not saying that those things are not there, because there is a possibility. But what I'm saying is, because of this different perception or this different feeling, different part of the brain is working in a different way. Alright? So that's why the person experiences these feelings and these and feel the things that are happening to them, and their perception, that's what they see, that's what they hear, that's what they feel. Okay, there's nothing you can do about that at the time. So people who have epilepsy, okay, let me see. So yes, or unconscious, yes. So that also happens in all types of seizures. Laurie says that people who have epilepsy were not allowed to marry and were targeted for sterilization many years ago. Wow, are we talking? I guess we're talking about certain states, I think, and yes, depends on the perception in your community. So there are people who still believe that epilepsy is actually that it's a devil's work, and and things like that. So we're talking about usually parts of the world where people don't have social media, where people don't have proper education, where they don't have the right perception of what is going on with the person who is having the seizures. Okay, and yes, that happens, unfortunately, and that was a horrible thing. That's a horrible thing. Okay, Sophie says at Lori, so to Lori, yes, I shared that fact. It was so sad to know that happened, and it how far we have come. Yes, so it shows how far we have come. So yeah, technology. Guys, I love technology. I am in my older years, but I love technology. I love arts. I love life, even though I'm going through a lot. But technology is super super good. It allows us to learn things. Okay, more than anything, I always believe that learning the right thing, okay, is the key to having a better quality of life. All right. So and that's we're here. That's why we're here. Okay. We are here because they don't teach people in school about epilepsy. They don't teach people in school about yeah, they have let's say, like when the people learn biology, they learn like how the person is constructed. They know they have veins, they know how they have this, but they don't teach people on how to live better with the body that you have. How you need to cleanse your lymphatic system, how you need to actually move your body to be able to cleanse your lymphatic system, how you need to, how the only good food for your cells, if you want to build cells that are healthy and alive, you need to eat live food. Okay, you need to be eating raw fruits and veggies, which are the building blocks for alive cells, because you're eating live food. Okay, you eat an apple, that's a live food. You have live enzymes in there, and I don't know why I started talking about it, but anyways, I got excited. Sorry. When it comes to like specific diet and things that I have learned in my life, I always get super excited to share it. So yeah, sorry. Okay. Okay, so now Lori says it's based on a true story, the Charlie Abramson story, or the Charlie Abramson Foundation. Lori says the brain itself has a high fat content. This I learned from a webinar on anorexia. Yes. So especially people with anorexia, well, obviously they're not eating enough, and they don't give enough nutrients for the brain to function properly. You know, it's a very sad. It's a very very debilitating illness as well. Okay, so the movie is on YouTube, and people can have auras before seizures. Yes, they can. Not everybody has auras. Now, Virginia, when she, for, well, for 10 plus years, she did not have, even maybe more, she did not have auras. She only started having auras in the last few recent years, and she only had them sometimes. So she doesn't always have them, and when she has them and she doesn't pay attention, the result is still the same. If she does not know that she's gonna have a seizure, or she didn't pay attention that she's gonna have a seizure, and she didn't go into her let's say safe position for that seizure, then obviously, you know, things happen. So the last seizure that I have shown on our epilepsy channel, guys, that was her last seizure. That wasn't her last seizure, but that was the one before last one that I was able to record the end of it, or after it was already in a postictal state, because I was trying to help her to get out of that area that she fell into, and I was unable to because of my health. So that's why I started working out, so I can get stronger, and I'm going to be able to help her, and you know, to attend and to tend to her better when I'm stronger. Okay, so yeah, so that's about the auras. Yes. So Sophie says, yes, I find that myself and my aunt are drawn to fatty foods like bacon, fat dog fat, and skim mayo things like that. Guys, for anyone, even if you don't have epilepsy or seizures, the brain needs the food, the brain needs the fat. So I have actually hurt my body in a really really bad way many years ago. I have had a lot of gallbladder attacks, and because the gallstones, when somebody has gallstones, and when they eat fatty foods, the gallbladder acts out. Obviously, it gives a person a debilitating, excruciating pain. Okay, and sometimes it can happen and can go to pancreas, and at which point it happens to be a pancreatitis, and the person gets super super sick, and they can actually, you know, it can be a terminal. So the most important thing is, if you do have it, you make sure that you address it. Okay, and on my health channel, if you guys have, anybody has gallbladder problem, then go and find a video on how I deal with that. All right. The fatty food. So what I was getting at is that I ended up in the hospital with pancreatitis, and after that, so I was told in the hospital that I should have a surgery, which my doctor already told me before that I should have a surgery. Oh no, this was the first time. I think this was the first time I found out that I had the gallbladder problem. Anyways, they told me in the hospital that I should have a surgery, and I was a single mom. Oh, I'm still a single mom, but my children were still small. Like they were not old enough to be by themselves. So they said, you know, you should stay in the hospital. You should have a surgery after you heal from the pancreatitis. And I said, you know what? And I said, you know, are you gonna go home and take care of my kids and go to my work and make money to make sure that you put food on the table, on my kids' table, that you're gonna babysit them, you're gonna take care of them, you're gonna send them to school? And say no, then, you know, I have to go home because I gotta take care of my kids. So what happened then, they said, well, anytime you eat the fatty foods, you're just going to have another attack. And, next time you may not be so lucky to even make it to the hospital. I said, you know what? I'm just going to stay away from the fatty foods completely. And I did actually for years. I stayed, I cut out, I actually changed my diet completely. I was on apples for the, I think, first few months. I was only on apples, all right? Which, if you don't know how the body works, then you don't know that you actually need that fat, okay, to, to have proper brain functions and whatnot. At the same time, I was actually going to the gym, and I was working out, and I lost a lot of weight, so I felt better and whatnot. But over the years, my brain function is not as good as it used to be, and I think this is the result of not eating enough fatty foods. Okay, so enough about me. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so next, going back to the conversation that we had, because I really wanted to share that how important it is to have a fat in your diet. So if I have learned of what kind of fats my body can handle right now. So which is actually a raw avocado. Okay, so not avocado oil, because I found out that avocado oil is actually too heavy for me. Small amounts of olive oil, all raw, cold pressed oil. That's what I get. And that's pretty much it for the fats. And almonds, maybe a little bit of, like, sometimes nuts and stuff. So peanuts, and I like peanuts, and I can have some peanuts, and I love almonds. So any nuts. Although I used to love the what are the ones that look like the brain, the other nuts that look like the brain. Now I forgot. See, my brain didn't have enough fatty tissue today to think. But yeah, so your brain function is gonna be better. Virginia has been drawn to having a lot of fat. So when she was growing up, she would I was always changing my diet. So I would be like cutting the skin or taking the skin off of my chicken and stuff like that when we were still meat eaters. And she would want that skin. And I said, okay, here, help yourself. I can't eat that. And so and she loved all the fatty foods, and she still loves fatty foods. And right now, she uses the vegan fats. So there are supplements, and there are still fats that are vegan that are still super good for your brain. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so where are we? So how did I miss this? I missed here. I don't see stuff here. Okay, find myself. Okay, so I got the stuff that the fatty foods that Sophie was talking about, and then okay, so back to this. Okay, so Lori says, first responders need training, yes, on people who have epilepsy, who exhibit behavior which can be mistaken for intoxication and drunkenness. This is super, super important. Thank you for pointing that out. This is very, very important, guys. If any of you who are, in the government, who are working in the government, who is watching this video, please, 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 put an effort on making sure that first responders in the hospitals, the first responders who are, and people in the hospital as well, that they learn on how to properly deal with epilepsy. This goes also for police workers as well. So anyone who has to deal with public should know these things. Okay, it is super important because people sometimes they have epilepsy and they're mistaking, and there have been things that happened to people in the past because they have been mistaken for being intoxicated. So and that is very bad because they are treated completely different. Okay, in that scenario they are usually treated with brutality and excessive force, at which point, because they're in a seizure, they may fight back. So you guys, if you are in that situation, and that's why I always say educate yourself. If you have certain types of seizures, that you educate yourself on the types of seizures that you have, or somebody in your family has this type of seizures. You need to be educated. You need to know what you're looking at, how long the seizures should be and whatnot. Now, I was going to ask you, Lori, what type of seizures you have, because if you have both of the tonic-clonic and absence, I'm pretty sure I just got this kind of feeling that that's what maybe, but I don't want to speculate. So please share if you can. Now, so I don't know where I'm getting. Okay, so first respondent. So Sophie says forced sterilization was legal until 1956 for people with epilepsy in 18 states. That is horrible. I was horrified by, but this shows just how far education and awareness has come. Lori says, I love comparing today's technology with the technology that was available in the 1950s and 1960s. Yes, so we can kind of say, oh yeah, we have come really far, and thank to people who have helped getting there, and thank the universe for that. There's an episode of Jetsons when Elroy Jetson's classmate was watching the Flintstones on his TV watch, and the teacher told him there will be no TV in the classroom. So Laurie says Epilepsy Michigan has webinars on its YouTube channel that I watched or download. Oh, nice. Okay. So webinars are good. Oh, I was gonna tell you guys, I will have a website set up soon, whenever I can get it working, and I will let you know what the website is called. It will be a work in order, a work in progress at the beginning, so it will not have a lot of content because I'm the only one who's going to be putting content on the website. I cannot afford to pay somebody, so I'll have to do it myself and learn how to do all those things. But yeah, so I just wanted to get that out, and we are going to be putting out a lot of content that we cannot not actually share here, because on my website I can pretty much share almost pretty much anything. All right. Lori says anorexia causes changes in the brain that makes it difficult to eat and gain weight. Yes. So it trains the brain to be in that state. Okay, which is horrible. Because people. Anybody who has seen any of the movies or any of the episodes on anorexia. My daughter used to watch those, so um, I didn't like to watch those because I don't like to watch other people suffer. So yeah. Anyways, um, so that's why persons who have anorexia have difficulty with the idea of needing to eat and gain weight. Yes. And also a perception that they learn, because people who with anorexia usually they start to have a perception of themselves that they need to be slimmer to look beautiful. Okay, so usually the anorexia or starts with the perception of how you look and how you want to look. So people want to look beautiful, and they think that the slimmer they will look. So this is from experience, from what I was watching. The episodes that I was watching together with my daughter. I just happened to be there watching it, and also from past experience. I have actually one of my programs that I did on a diet. I went on a diet. It was a very restricted, calorie restricted, fat restricted diet. It was a really, really bad diet. It has put me to the point where I lost all my muscle tissue. I was skin and bones. And guess what? I still had fat around my stomach because I did not exercise. I did not have energy to move around. Okay. So it was a really, really one of my worst. And at some point I will share a story on my health channel, my transformation channel, to to tell you guys, maybe to share it with some people who have some weight issues, and to share with you that just the diet itself, one that restricts certain foods that are needed by the brain and that are needed for a body's properly functioning, which is, you need fat, like I said, you need sugars for your body to function properly. So unless somebody has a problem with the sugar, then they should be eating the natural sources of sugar on a regular basis. And if people, they crave sugar sometimes because we need sugar in our bodies. All right, so it's not a question if, it's a question that if you're going to put enough sugar in your body to properly function. The same goes for the fat. So yes, I'm down to high fat foods. So Lori says, I'm drawn to high fat foods too, especially fried chicken. Oh my God, guys! I loved fried chicken. I don't think anybody, who hasn't had fried chicken, they don't love fried chicken. French fries, ice cream, and pizza. Oh, you just named all the foods that I love, which I don't eat anymore because I actually don't eat fried chicken. French fries, sometimes I'll have it because they're not meat. Ice cream, I still love it, and you can get vegan ice cream for those of you who are vegan, so which will be based usually on coconut or almond. Okay, and pizza, and yes, you can get also a vegan pizza. So this is those foods I actually do have to stay away from. So even if I ate a vegan fried chicken, okay, which is a vegan substitute for a chicken, I have to be careful with the amount of fats because I never went for that surgery on the gallbladder. So I still have to watch my fat, what type of fat I can have and how much. And over the years I have learned, just like yeah, I can even have a couple of avocados in one session, eating with the, together with my dinner. And that's like, guys, avocados are aphrodisiacs. So if you guys can actually include avocados, they're not cheap, okay? So like, if you are on a budget, it's not going to be easy. But if you can get a hands on avocados and eat them every day, they are super, like, they are super foods for your brain. All right, I highly recommend the natural fat. It's not cooked, it's not processed. You have the natural fat going, straight to, to help your brain to function properly, to make it better. Okay, Sophie says, also, I found in at least 3 sources that those who develop epilepsy in childhood are at risk of developing dementia later in life or Alzheimer's. And then she says, so that makes me that makes me feel lovely sarcasm. Um, yes. Okay. So things are. Where the brain is concerned, there's still so many studies going on, but yes, it is a high risk of dementia and or Alzheimer's. And guys, make sure that you eat those fats. If you have like everything else in your body, in your digestive, you're good for digestive system, make sure you have your daily fat intake, okay? That it's, strive to make it to be a healthy fat, as healthy as it can be. And so your body will thank you for it, as well. So let's say you're having you ordered a pizza, and it's really yummy. It's got all that fatty cheese on it. You can also add raw vegetables on top of it. So I have had, I can't, if I eat pizza, even if it's vegan right now, I would put some raw veggies on it. So I would cut slices of either raw peppers, raw cucumber, raw tomato, even raw pineapple on top of it, like a sandwich, like a one kind of one-way sandwich, or even two-way sandwich, whatever works. And if you even add a few slices, you add some avocado, you can even make a guacamole and add to it. OMG, you guys are gonna love it, okay? And you get your fat intake from that, and your brain will thank you for it. Laurie says everybody loves McDonald's. Yes, French fries, because of the taste that comes from beef flavoring. Really? Didn't know that. Okay, so many years ago, McDonald's French fries were fried in beef tallow or beef fat. Okay, so yes, I completely get that, because McDonald's French fries had always had different tastes. So yes, I believe it. Maybe things have changed. I don't know, because McDonald's also right now they're actually introducing a lot of not a lot, but some vegan options for people who are vegan. And Lori says, I know people who have epilepsy, but I don't have epilepsy myself. Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, well, thank you for all, for being here with us and for sharing all this information. We really appreciate that. Lori says, I had two generalized tonic-clonic seizures because of a drug called Wellbutrin. Okay, I can't take that anymore. So I have to be careful what I pronounce on the channel. There are some restrictions, but so I don't get flagged for that. But Wellbutrin can lower the seizure threshold in some people. Okay, alright. And then Sophie says to Lori that how soon after the first seizure was the second. Then Lori says, when I was on Wellbutrin, I had a second seizure about a month after the first one. These seizures were provoked by, well, it. Okay, I don't want to keep on pronouncing the name. They're gonna flag it. Okay, so my favorite ice cream is Tillamook strawberry ice cream. Never tried it. Sounds yummy, super yummy. And my favorite, okay, so yeah, I read that. Depends on the kind of fat. Like trans fat, palm oil, yes. Guys, hydrogenated palm oil. Stay away from it like it's fire, okay? It is a neurotoxin. It is super bad for your body, for your brain, okay? I don't know if it's neurotoxin, sorry, but I know that it's very, very bad for your body. Polyunsaturated fat, monounsaturated fat. Okay, so there are different. So there are different types of fat, and everybody's body is different. So your body will respond differently to different types of fat. That's why I said, like my body will only accept raw avocados. So avocado oil is too heavy for me for some reason, and I'm still okay with a cold pressed olive oil. Okay, so and of course in certain quantities. So I know that if I can't just like saturate it and just gulp it up. Although it is used for a treatment of gallstones, like some people claim. I actually did the treatment, I think 3 times in my lifetime. It's a very, very unpleasant experience. It has made me feel better after, so it has worked. I mean, at the time, and yeah, but yeah. So the different types of fats are the ones that will work for you, and there are other types of fats that will actually be bad for your body and for your brain. So you guys pay attention, educate yourself. If you guys already know which fats are good for you, you can tell us, and that would be a great thing. So trans fat, yeah, trans fat is the one usually from the animal fat. Then palm oil, palm kernel oil, which is also bad, and coconut oil. So yes, I can use small amounts of coconut oil, like to ingest. I usually use it for outside of the body. What is it? That's coconut oil actually, and I use it as a spray for my body to just some fun moisturizer. I got to the point where I still like to use lotion, but I like to alternate lotion with the cold press. This is an actually cold press coconut oil, and coconut oil is super good for your brain. You guys, if like my daughter loves coconuts, if you have a way of maybe just getting raw, like the young coconut, and drink the water and eat the mushy yummy stuff from the inside on daily basis, which at some point where I was working and making money, I was able to provide that for Virginia, and I was buying that for her. I would go and buy a case of coconuts, like 30 coconuts in a case. Make sure I had 30 coconuts for each day of the month for Virginia. All right, and it was a deal that I got, by buying a case. So coconut oil, cold press. When you go for any type of oil, the healthiest ones a cold press. Anything that's already processed and heated is actually not good for your body, except for some things, that need to be cooked, which is a completely different story. Okay, where is it? Okay, so yeah, polyunsaturated fat, and yeah, okay, we got that. So, Wellbutrin is used for smoking, cessation. It's called Zyban. Okay, I'm not familiar with these. I'm not sure. What do you mean by smoking cessation? Cessation. Okay. Hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils. Yes. So those are bad. Okay, those are the hydrogenated stuff is not good for you. So thanks for telling me about the types of fats. Yes. So we say things. I always say, don't take anything that I say at face value. Go do your own research. Okay, make sure that if you do anything, that you always do the research. And like Sophie said, she goes to 3 different sources. Go to different sources and see what different sources say about. And that was a fruit fly. But I actually have. I always talk about fruits and vegetables, and this is a nice yummy pepper that I have around. So when I need a snack, I have a snack ready to eat. Anyways, so yeah, always check your sources. Verify that the source is actually a good source. Okay, so it's not some tiny little website that copied something from somewhere else, and that you're just reading it and thinking that that's what it should be. So on taking any amount of anything, remember that anything in excess is bad for any person, for every person. Okay, so our bodies are designed to have let's say we say certain types of food are really, really good for us, but in excess it's actually going to be bad. So anything in excess is bad. All right, always do the balance and do your research. Okay, so she moisturize lotions, soaps, and shampoos. Lori says, I love coconut oil shampoo. Yes, and soap. So does Virginia. Okay, and I actually started buying that for her because I bought it at one point, and she said, "Oh, I love this," and so this is something that for you guys, like especially some people develop some skin conditions because of the meds they're taking. So coconut oil shampoo, coconut lotion, and coconut oil are really, really good ways of helping your skin to be moisturized. And yes, shea butter moisture as well. So shea moisture, and it's shea butter. I don't like the shea because of the smell it has. If you are not crazy about shea, I love the cocoa butter. Okay, so there's another, not coconut, it's a cocoa butter. So cocoa butter. It has pretty much the same texture, or it's really heavy. So if you want to seal the moisture, let's say in your hands are super dry and you want to seal the moisture in a certain part, or your legs or something in a certain part of the body, then shea butter or a coconut butter are good for that too. Or you can apply the coconut oil a few times, which I do. I apply it on my legs quite often, and then the dogs come around running. They want to lick it off because they actually love coconut oil. They're crazy about coconut, to eat the coconut itself, so the coconut meat, and they love the oil as well. Uh, so Sophie says, I was on Depakote for 7 years for a seizure disorder. This is how it affected me. It caused massive weight gain, memory loss, severe hand tremor. At one point, I stopped eating. I was severely depressed. Those are the side effects. And another thing, also a lot of these meds, their first side effects are seizures. So when someone is taking those, I always, I don't like take anything. And I have my issues, and I have to take some meds for. I take the absolute necessary, and I always told Virginia that like every time we went to certain doctors that we had prior, some of them they just want to give you more and more and more. Oh, I'm just gonna give you more prescription for more different types of seizure meds. No, okay, you have to put a foot down and see, if the ones you're taking is not working, then maybe it's time to look at something else. Okay, if you already, there was Virginia's friend, she is, I don't know if she's still now, but she at one point she was on 7 different types of meds, and she was not okay. She was having tremors all the time, like all throughout the day. At some point she completely got off of everything. She actually didn't have seizures. So I'm not telling you guys absolutely not to stop yours. I'm telling you that you need to pay attention to your body, how your body responds to anything that you knew that you take. So if you start taking something that is making you super sick, and it's more than it normally should be, or more than you can handle, then it's either time to ease off or take it out or get off of it. Okay. And Virginia had we had a lot of issues with that, because she had to change different types all throughout the years. So we had to deal with this, with the changes and side effects, and and she hates it when she feels nauseous. So when she gained weight, she felt really, really bad when she had to deal with constantly being in like a state of like blah, and like there are other states where she just felt depressed. And so it brings out a lot of side effects, guys, and you need to know where it gets to the point where it's doing more damage than good. Okay, and if it does, you either take less, or you talk to your neurologist and make sure that you find an alternative that's going to work better for you. Right? It took years. It took well over 10 years. Virginia, well, she's 27 right now. She started at 13. So it took 13 years. So the same amount of time as when she started having seizures as she was old, to find a proper cocktail of stuff that's going to work for her seizures. And it was I'm thankful to the neurologist that came to the hospital when Virginia was there with she broke pretty much bones in both of her legs at 2 different times. But the neurologist who came to attend her, she is the one who found the meds that are working for her right now. So sometimes it takes only one, or she's not on one, she's on 3. But it's a combination that works for her, that does not completely numb her, does not completely make her want to puke like all day and feeling nausea and vertigo, and feeling like she doesn't want to do anything. So and she was on some meds before that actually made her feel like that. So you got to find a proper blend for you. Okay, if you need a blend, you may just need one type. If you have depression, you may need more than one type, because you may need one for the epilepsy, you may need one for the depression. Maybe they're gonna work together, and in some cases that's absolutely necessary. Sophie says, I was taken off this, and it's my personal experience, yes, of the meds, and I know that everyone will react differently to any kind of meds. So yeah, I changed the wording because I don't want to read out the word, okay? For restrictions on YouTube. Now I have a tremor in my left hand, okay, as it is my non-dominant, and my right hand also shakes. Not a big shake, but I can feel it even if no one sees. So unfortunately, this happened to you. It is very sad, Sophie. You're off of it, so hopefully this will wear off. Okay, as you off of it, hopefully it will wear off throughout the years, and you get your body in better health, and more that you're gonna get and regain more control of it. All right. The Depakote and Tegretol are used as anti-manic agent, mood stabilizers. Okay, so yes, they are, and actually on both of those, okay, the first one we never went. I think I read the side effects, and I told the neurologist was going to prescribe that to Virginia, and I said no. I said no, she's not going to be taking that. Okay, the second one, she was given that in a hospital. Very, very bad side effects. So yeah, she's not, of course, not taking that as well. Since the day before Thanksgiving, my hands have been quite shaky, and yesterday was very bad. Both hands were shaking today. I helped bring in wood for our wood stove, and my hands are shaky again. So yeah, it's gonna take time, Sophie, and hopefully, look for ways to help stabilize the shakiness. There sometimes you can take, some calm herbs, Melissa tea. Drink Melissa tea on a daily basis. This is not something that's gonna go away fast. Just drink it on the Melissa is gonna help you calm. That's the calming effect of Melissa. Just drink it every day as your whatever daily morning, daily afternoon, midday tea, and look for just research on how you can help your body to get more stabilized. All right. And you are very resourceful, and I believe that you can find a way. Laurie says, too much of anything is not good. Yes. Too much TV is not good. Okay, because then you're spending too much time on the couch. So that's what I say to my gems. Okay, when I do the exercise movement, I say, okay, my lovely James, welcome to the global exercise movement. Get off the couch and work out with me, okay? Yeah, Lori says, I love cocoa butter, yes. Lotions and soaps, they're also super awesome. I love those. Virginia likes the coconut ones. I like the cocoa butter ones. Well, I like both, but it's my preference. And Palmer's cocoa butter lotion soaps. Yes. Very nice. And I actually get the lotions. So Lori says another movie about epilepsy is called Fight for Life, starring Jerry Lewis, Patty Duke, and Jacqueline Bernstein. Fight for Life. I don't think I've seen this. Wow. So I hope these are available like on Netflix or Amazon Prime, because I have both actually, and I hope that I can watch this. But I will definitely watch one of these today. Sophie says, since I was diagnosed with epilepsy and other disabilities at 4 years old, I have short-term memory and long-term memory loss. So yes, that's also unfortunate. I would, Sophie, I'm pretty sure you have done so much research and that you are aware of the coconut and avocado, especially the coconut is the one that has the molecular structure is the closest one to the brain structure. So that's why it's used for rebuilding the brain cells. And if you can to have every day to have coconut, either coconut oil, or even better to have a young coconut, the young coconut water. You get somebody who does not have seizures to open it for you, okay? And because it has to be opened, and it's very hard, so the shell has to be opened by someone who does not have seizures to be safe. And so I would strongly recommend that for you. All right. So that's for the long term, for the memory loss. More than anything, because I have actually, because of the meds I've been taking for the pain and stuff, and long term staying away from fats, it has actually affected my memory as well. So I have to be careful what like sometimes I can't think, or I start kind of I even lose my thought like after like a second. So if I have a thought, there are moments when I have a thought, if I don't get it out at the moment, that thought, bye bye. So that happens to me as well. And remember that everything that you take, that you intake, starting with drinking, let's say if you drink water, it's the best, clean water, of course. Soft drinks are not so good for you, so hopefully you guys stay away from that. And clean foods, everything that you ingest. So let's say you're taking meds for whatever health illnesses and issues that you have. Those affect everything, okay, and certain parts of your body in the ways that are not favorable, okay. So you need to be aware of that. And if you must be taking it, look for ways of counter taking something that's gonna soothe the effect of the meds. All right. So I don't know if you follow me. So let's say coconut will help to rebuild the brain cells, because that's what they're actually claiming right now, and that's what the coconut is actually used in recovery of the brain cells. And that's the studies that have been performed by universities. And just go online, guys, and verify this information. And I strongly recommend, when you're using something, always take stuff that's the least processed. So if you're taking the oil, raw, anything that you taking unpasteurized stuff, as raw as possible, cold pressed. if you're using cold press stuff and you're going to be cooking with it, obviously you're already heating up the thing. So the whole idea is gone of having it cold pressed. You don't have to use that oil for cooking. That oil is to be used on top of your food after it's been cooked. Okay? Just before you eat it, put it on a plate on top of whatever that you're eating. So yeah, Fight for Life. I will definitely want to watch that. Okay. Sophie says, okay, so I know who I am. I know where I live, what college I go to, but things like passwords or meeting someone, I had seen early in life that I will not remember, or certain events in my past. I have no idea. I participated when I schedule a meeting. I make it every week, and I have alarms. And because I will forget, So, Sophie, I am with you on that, and I want you to understand that actually I have the same condition. Okay. Now, when I was younger, I was in a when I was separating from my first husband. I was having a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. I was going through very difficult, very stressful times, and a lot of memory from that time when I was separating. A lot of memory is completely gone. And there are times where I can't recollect things. So a short memory loss as well, like I just shared with you, that that could be if I don't get out my thought. Let's say at the moment when I'm thinking it later, I will just completely forget what I was going to talk about. So that's why sometimes if I have a thought, I really want to act on it, because I know if I don't act on it right away, it may just fly away. So I just want to make it, fun. Like I joke about things. They are serious things, but I like to joke and I like to laugh, and I think that it's super important to, to do that every day. So, guys, remember, I'm gonna be. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. OMG. I'm late for the movie. Okay. So I don't know if you guys are gonna follow me to the movies on Twitch. Let me know if you are, because I'm gonna finish up soon. So I'm gonna read the rest of this, and if you guys want to reconnect tomorrow, I can actually come back tomorrow online, and we can do that again. Okay? Let me know. And I don't know, Sophie, if you guys are busy throughout the day. Lori, let me know if you guys want to reconnect tomorrow, and maybe a little bit later in the day. Because I don't know if you're working or if you're going to school and stuff. Alright? For the schedule to work for you. Now, okay, so let me see. I forget. Okay. So, okay, Lori says, I was on a different kinds of psych meds. Thank you for using that word. Some people who are on the autism spectrum take meds to help with symptoms like irritability. Yes, that's a huge issue, and sometimes it's for people who don't even have epilepsy. So, yes, it's a good thing. You need to, if it's to the point where it's a lot, you gotta take something that's gonna help you, okay? Or find, things, natural ways of dealing with it. Like it's always everybody's choice to go with what will work for you, all right? Now, even when you read out the comments, okay, Sophie said, even when you read out the comments, I typed I momentarily forget that I wrote that. Yeah, I know, Sophie. That's okay. That's understandable. And Lori says some meds can cause forgetfulness. Yes. So especially pain, a lot of pain meds, which I've been on for many years. Okay, so not fun, and not remembering things is not fun, and not being able to think clearly is not fun. And I would recommend Cola to you guys. Check with your neurologist if you can take it together with what you're taking already, and that one helps to facilitate to bring oxygen to your brain. It's a herb, okay, and capsules is the best form. Forgetfulness or changes in time perception. So I'm going to read that again. Some meds can cause forgetfulness or changes in time perception. It has happened to me in the past. Like taking a nap on a Saturday afternoon and waking up thinking you are late for work and calling work. Yeah. So it has happened, okay, to me too. Then finding out that it's Saturday afternoon and you are not late for work, which is yes, yay, right? You still have a whole weekend to go. So you'll find Fight for Life on Amazon Prime video. Oh, thank you. Yes, I will watch that. Now, if it's something that can be played on Twitch, we can schedule to or watch it with other people at some point. I just want to make sure that I'm going to have enough viewers, and it's something that can be actually shown on that platform, okay? And so Sophie says every day is new life. Yes, it's new, like yesterday never happened. This is because of the memory loss. Okay, I hear you, Sophie. We live our lives and we adapt to the situations and to the environment and to our disabilities. I had to adapt to mine, and that's why I'm so compassionate and so understanding, and so empathetic to everybody who is going through their difficulties and their hardship in dealing with their illness and with their situations in life. Okay. So Lori says, I make more posts on YouTube than I do on Facebook. LOL. That's why I don't check my Facebook status. Yeah, everybody has their preferred platform, obviously. And Lori says, imagine the number of times people check their Facebook status. Oh, why would I check? I thought you have to post the status, right? Not check your Facebook status. Because when we talk about status, isn't it like you say, oh, what's your status? I feel great, or oh, let me check if I feel good or if I feel bad. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't know what is this Facebook status, but I think it's the one that you actually say how you feel, right? How do you feel today? Okay. So you imagine the number of times. Oh yeah, okay, I already read that. Middle school. So Lori says middle school and high school students can pass notes via text message or Facebook without getting caught. Not fair. So Lori says, thanks, I had so much fun. Take care now. Okay, so I'm gonna be finishing up because I gotta go to Twitch. Where is it? This turned around. Now I want to be able to read the rest. Okay, so Sophie, I'm going to read the rest of the stuff that you said. So after the SPCA and class, I am so tired. I sleep, my hands shake due to being used, so I avoid lifting. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. And my feet, specifically my ankles, give out if I run or walk for too long. So yeah, try to avoid running because that's actually not good. I mean, for the condition itself, uh, sometimes we have to run, but if you don't have to, walking is better. Not to mention, because of epilepsy, I have SPD. Due to SPD, I do not know where my body is in space. I do not. Sophie just mentioned what SPD is, because my brain right now is super slow. I do not know where my arms or legs are in space. My legs will be blue because I will forget that my legs are in a certain position, and I did not feel them go to sleep. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So hopefully, like your mom is around, you know, around you throughout the day a lot to kind of, watch over you and help you, or somebody else is with you, that you're not just by yourself all day. And or sensory processing order. Yes, disorder. Sorry, sensory processing disorder. So, if you can have, somebody looking after you, or if you at school during the day, obviously you didn't get the best, I mean, the best treatment in school, and people are not knowledgeable enough to help. But that's a story for another video. Okay, sensory processing disorder is a condition in which the brain has trouble receiving and responding to information that comes in through the senses. Um, yes. So thank you for that. When you come on, apart from talking to, let's say, if you want to do a live, like a live session with me, like the split screen, you and me, you and half and me and half, then we could talk one day about absence seizures in general, and another day you could tell your story, and another day you could talk about the sensory processing disorder, because I am pretty sure that a lot of people also go through that, and they don't understand it. They may be scared, and they just don't understand what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up. I'm going to Twitch right now because I need to set up. I already set up this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna be playing. So Sophie, if you are up to it, you can come and watch Mr. Bean with me. If there's nobody else, I will just watch Mr. Bean and see if anybody else comes on the stream over there. It is a live stream, so it will show actually myself. It will show myself, and how does that work? Yeah, and it will show myself in a little window, and then it will play the movie, because that's how the live stream works. It will play Mr. Bean. Okay, so thank you for being with us today with me. And make sure, guys, that you share for epilepsy awareness. I want to talk to you, Sophie, so let's connect on you can send messages here, but let's connect through the email, because I want to talk to you about something that maybe we could come to some kind of terms about your how we could interact more here on the epilepsy, on the Realexcel epilepsy. And yeah, so see you next time, guys. Make sure, if you like the video, you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share for epilepsy awareness, share it with your friends to help others, share the videos. We have a very large library of videos, so you know, everything that I have learned from past experiences, we have a large library of seizure videos that were actually my daughter's seizures, the real seizures. And so if you think that somebody else in your family may have those kind of seizures, go to the video, get some information, and ask questions. We will set up a day for Q&A, and I hope that Sophie, that you here as well for those days, because I will definitely would love for you to be with us, okay, and help. You are a tremendous help. So yeah, okay. So lots of love to all of you. We give lots of tips. So and the tip of the day. The tip of the day: be thankful. Okay, since the American Thanksgiving just passed, be thankful for the things that you already have. Okay, whatever it is that you like, that you're thankful for, say it every day before you go to sleep. You say, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that, you know, I'm thankful for so many things. And you know, just say it every day, that you're gonna understand that you still have a lot things that are good in your life. All right, and that's your perception of where you are and what you have, and the things that you still have, and you know, to appreciate them. Okay, lots of love. Mwah. Ciao.